Hey guys, Reverse here. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go. More specifically, Generation 3 was announced for the game. Now can I get some love in the chat for the notification squad who's coming in strong here during this live stream. Let's put the Lavender Town song in the background a little bit. And let me take a second here to say hello to you all who came in at this very late hour for this Pokemon Go live stream. I'm gonna try to strictly keep it to 1 hour, so that way I can actually focus on other videos that I'm releasing onto the channel. In case you guys are what is up with that, as always. Like always, whenever I'm going to be going live, stream, pop, sub drop. It's completely fine though. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are excited for some Generation 3 news in this live stream video. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment section down. Make sure you let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about the news that has been surfaced right now about Generation 3 coming to Pokemon Go very shortly. What it seems like to be. Yeah, and if you guys don't know what's going on, then make sure you keep on watching, because I'm about to explain into the finer details everything that surfaced, including the latest APK data mine, which actually was a little bit disappointing. So let's go ahead and take a minute or two to get into some shoutouts quickly to you guys. Why is this thing not working? My gameplay screen is not working. Let's just jump straight into websites here immediately. How you guys doing today? Gen 3 Ghost, my body is Reggie. Release date announced. Okay, so if we take the release date of what it was like last update or last year, it was the 26th of October. Well, all of that came to be. Let me turn on a different song here. Actually, let's change to this. Alright. Man, I'm so excited for this Pokemon Go update. I'm so excited for this update. Shout out to the Silver Road, of course. Shout out to everybody over at the Silver Road who is always coming in strong with all of the information, everything like that. You have new messages. That's mostly because of a tweet that I posted down. Now, before we get started, this APK data mine over here from Pokemon Go Hub showed us this picture. This picture over here is the new supposedly splash screen that's going to be a thing inside of Pokemon Go. So this should be the new splash screen. If Pokemon Go is actually going to be getting the new event, then this should be the splash screen for the event. It says, straight as it's happening, we almost now have all of the required Generation 3 files in the APK. We've done a quick data mine and our suspicion were confirmed. Gen 3 Pokemon Go audio clips are now in the APK, but more importantly, Generation 3 is coming this Halloween. As a bonus, a new badge entry was added in reference to the Gen 3 Pokédex entries. So of course, just like your regular Johto, your Kanto badge, you also will be getting a Hoenn badge, which is going to be the third generation one. A brand new 2017 Halloween screen and support for in-game nighttime Halloween music were added. The one that you guys just heard a little bit earlier. And you can see the screenshots in the code on the wallpaper down below. Yes, Gen 3 is coming for Halloween as featured in the new loading screen. Right here, this is the loading screen. New bits of code. 4 lines of code right here. New badge Pokédex entries. Cancelled exclusive raid invite. Not sure what that means. Halloween 2017. And the nighttime music. So it will only be at nighttime. During the day, you're going to be hearing the normal music. So, yeah, just enable the sound during the night. Trainer J, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay, so there were a lot of things that were in this picture, right? In this picture right here, this the picture that got shown to everybody. There's a lot of things that are happening in this picture. Let's go ahead and break it down over here. At the top, we got a couple of Zubats, which happened last event as well. Over here, you have a Murkrow. So, of course, I jokingly said, like, hey, it's gonna be a Murkrow event. At the bottom, you got a Caterpie. So people were like, no, it's gonna be a Caterpie event. And over here, the hat is a Mimikyu hat. Mimikyu is a 7th generation Pokemon, which also happened to be my second favorite Pokemon of all time. It's a really sad Pokemon. And I spilled my drink. I spilled my coffee. Give me a quick sec as I go to get myself a towel. Alright. So this is Mimikyu. Oh, Mimikyu. The Gen 7 Pikachu, so to speak. You want that hat? Oh man, if that hat were to be a thing in the game, I would never take it off ever again. Because it is such an awesome hat. It's such an awesome thing. Because that means just Gen 7 is confirmed, right? Okay. Then after that, we got the Gengar in the front. Now, a lot of people have been speculating about that, you know, potentially, you know, they could release like shiny Gengar, shiny Ghastly, shiny Haunter. That could well be a possibility. I mean, he's down here. I don't know what it means. I hope, because Gengar's my favorite Pokemon of all time over here. As you guys can see, Gengar, welcome. Thank you, Rev. What was taking you so long? So we got a Gengar over here right now as well. And then a couple of Gen 3 Pokemon. Now let's go over them. Over here at the left top corner, we got Shuppet. Shuppet evolves into Banette. Over here. We got Duskull at the right top corner here. We got Dusclops over here. I'm gonna go over the statistics and everything a little bit later, okay? And over here we got Sableye. So those are 5 Pokemon that are right now featured in this screen. And if this is the case, if this is the loading screen, it's pretty safe to assume that these 5 Pokemon will be making an appearance inside of the game, alongside with this hat, right? So that's that. And I'm excited for that. I mean, it's just gonna reinforce my Gengar army. Unfortunately, these Pokemon aren't really that powerful. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's move on. So, as you guys can see, audio has been added as well. Make it a little bit bigger. Audio has been added as well. Pokédex, badge flag, everything like that. So another client update expected before the Gen 3 release. And it so happened that we had an APK release as well. Like, there's been updates after updates. Like, not all of them are significant for everybody, but they are very exciting. So there we go. So of course, the Pokemon Go community went crazy. After this news came to light, the whole community went crazy. But before we actually get into that, let's go to the last APK data mine. So it's version 0.79.2. Actually need to get rid of this message thing because it's gonna drive me insane. Okay. So, of course, there's a difference between the Silph Road and then the actual Pokemon Go hub.net. Everybody has their own data mine. I always find that the Silph Road has a more complete version of the data mine. So I always look at Pokemon Go Hub and I'm like, okay, is that everything? And then after that, I take a look at the Silph Road, where everything gets explained into the finer details, and also how certain things are linked with other things that are happening inside of the game. So first up, raid lobby fixes. The count has been fixed, which, you know, would be cool. I kind of still wish that you'd be able to look from a distance. Like if let's say if you got the raid nearby, you'd be able to see how many people are inside of the raid. That would be very, very helpful. A notification for EX raids that get cancelled. So several Mewtwo raids were called off the last second, presumably due to feedback. Also, some people had their gym removed, which was really weird as well. So stuff happened down there. So now there's a notification for raid cancellation that kind of goes hand in hand with over here, cancelled exclusive raid invite. So that's a push notification. Moving back, password rewards. So I'm assuming that's going to be like it's going to be like the promo codes, I'm assuming. So yeah, redeeming passcodes or something like that, something that's actually possible to do inside of the game without the problem with having Apple, you know, not allowing them to do anything like that, because there's always been some sort of issue. Moving on, AR features, not much going on here, so we're skipping to the next thing. But AR, they're working on AR, obviously. New performance testing infrastructure, so that is something that happens behind the scenes, so that way they can actually optimize the game a little bit better. Anti-cheat measures, blacklisted apps. So if there's any apps that allow for people to spoof, Niantic is doing something to counter that, which that on itself would be pretty cool if that were to be the case. I mean, you know. But that's my personal opinion. You guys are free to disagree if you think that is different, you know. I mean, I'm just one person and you guys are with so many. You guys are right now, in fact, with over 400 people right here. So, yeah. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Then we're going to be moving on. Sport is up ahead. So this is where you guys all came from here, right? Generation 3 Pokemon sounds, including Deoxys. So, after every single Pokemon got released, Generation 3 has over 100 new Pokemon, which is insane. 135, right? It's insane how many new Pokemon we're going to be getting inside of the game. All the way up to number 386, which is Deoxys. So there will be 135 brand new Pokemon to the game, which is insane. That brings the total up to 386, which is insane. If you remove all legendaries and mythical Pokemon, it will be like 20, 25 Pokemon less. But other Pokemon are just obtainable through other means, like either egg hatching or just catching in the wild, which is insane. Gen 3 badge, Halloween event. We have no idea what the Halloween event is going to be. You guys in chat, what do you think that the Halloween event is going to be? Throw some suggestions in chat, and I'll take a sip of my coffee as I'm reading through you guys in chat. Do you think they'll release them all in groups or together? Generation 3. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to say. I hope this is like one wave, and then the rest will all follow after. Double experience, double candy. Double experience Stardust. I don't think Stardust is going to be a thing. Yeah, Desi, but the Silver had already done the APK data mine. There wasn't much in the data mine. 4 times Stardust is not gonna happen ever. I don't think. Eggs, something with eggs, okay. You think... Oh, Justin says something interesting. He thinks that we'll see the Super Incubators return. It's kind of unfortunate, isn't it? That the Super Incubators is such a item that was so hyped up, but nothing really happened. They were just there in the boxes, but that's like all there was with it. Like nothing was really done with it, which was really unfortunate, I feel. Double experience for hatching. I see. Okay, fair enough. Okay, but yeah, Halloween event is in motion. Halloween music already went to there, Lava 13. So yeah, this is the splash screen once again. It's on the Silph Road, so yeah. You guys got it. Then after that, of course, the fun stuff happened. And the Pokemon Go actual official Reddit page. It was really funny to see, but I posted a tweet of... you guys have undoubtedly seen this one. Halloween, Expectation, Gen 3, and then Reality Murkrow. It actually was the top post that I posted already. See? Placed by Reversal on YouTube. That's me. That's me. That's me. I brought my karma up above 10,000 for the first time. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I posted this one right there because obviously every single event, something like that were to be the case. And then people also made some other funny ones, funny memes. Let's actually go over some of the funny ones over here. This one. Only Murkrows. Even a Murkrow hat. A Murkrow hat would be kind of cool. Would you wear that in game? A Murkrow hat? I think that'd be cool. I'd be down for that. I mean, I'd be down for a Murkrow hat. That'd be pretty cool. I would have nothing against a Murkrow hat. In fact, I think that'd be epic. Goes well with the blazer. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not bad looking, you know. That would be the only thing that will make people happy. A Murkrow hat. Like Murkrow, nobody can really be bothered with Murkrow, but a Murkrow hat? Oh man, people would be down for that. That'd be kind of cool. There are more stuff being posted here though. Halloween event. Over here. Expectation, reality. As always, Dusclops, Snap of these Pokemon. Duskull. That's pretty cool. New map for the Halloween event. What's this? Oh, this is kind of cool looking, this Photoshop. This is kind of nice. The full moon here gives a nice little touch to it. Fixed a bug affecting at the bottom. Oh, fixed a bug. Probably literally fixed a bug. Yeah, he removed the Caterpie that was down here. That is amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Murkrow event, of course, and the Mimikyu hat. The Mimikyu hat is awesome. Look at it. It's kind of like a high-res picture right here of the Mimikyu hat. So Mimikyu in the actual Pokemon game was a Pokemon that was kind of jealous of all the love that Pikachu got. And as a result, it decided to dress up as a regular Pikachu. But yeah, you should look at this. You should look at the story. It's kind of sad. Ianda or Landa, I'm not sure. Ianda, I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I think it's he, is a bro on the picture right there. Oh, and Hulk Logan as well with a $5 donation. We got a $10 donation from Ianda. And he said, I think they will release Gen 3 mon first. After that, it will be all regular mon. Then after that, Evos. And lastly, Pokemon with abilities, then legendaries. Okay, that is fair to think, like for sure. The way that I think it's going to be going down is this is going to be the first wave of Gen 3. And then everything else were to be released, I hope. Like, let's hope that's going to be the case. I'm not sure. There's definitely not going to be baby Pokemon like last year. That was a disaster. Like, honestly, I really did not like that one bit. I think it's going to be different this time around. So, yeah. Then, on the Silph Road, just now, an hour or so ago, we had another data mine. On the Silph Road, man, this picture keeps getting, like, reactions every single time. Every single time I get a notification from it. Okay, over here, the Silph Road APK data mine. Minor version of 0.79.3. That was actually completed 2 hours ago. Never mind about the Sunday afternoon nap. Niantic just had to release 2 weekend updates. I don't think that ever happened before. The Silph Road team has debugged the latest APK. Shout out to Ruby Shards for helping us this one to examine. We found nothing observable has changed in this minor versions update APK file. The only asset change we call was the minor resolution tweak in the night sky stars texture, which is now 9 kilobytes lighter, which obviously is nice because, I mean, that means on certain smartphones, the game would just slightly run a little tiny bit faster. Other than that, it's probably just optimization that's happening behind the surface. Sometimes they're releasing updates and they will just say bug fixes, and there's literally nothing that is going to be happening. I believe there was one fix that was happening like during Safari Zone. I feel that was that had something to do with the Safari Zone. So, you know, stuff like that. At either rate, Niantic is achieving new record pace with these frequent updates. If I didn't know any better, I'd say some exciting things were heading our way soon. Travel safe, executive drones. Reversal. Philip is asking, just curious, are you trying to fill your gender decks as well? No, I'm not. I'm just filling my regular Pokédex, not my gender decks. Not my gender decks. So, I think this is a good moment to actually go ahead and talk about some of the other Pokemon that will be released inside of Pokemon Go. So let's go ahead and go to GamePress.com, because GamePress, GamePress.gg, Pokemon Go GamePress, yeah, there we go, PokemonGo.GamePress.gg. So the Pokemon Go Game Press, of course, has all the Pokemon information regarding CP and their typings and all of that good stuff. I really feel that Pokemon Go .gamepress.gg is an amazing website for this. So they actually have a little article here. Let's go ahead and see what they had to say. So of course, they're talking about all the Pokemon down here. They have their own APK data mine. And then over here, you got all the 5 Pokemon that were featured in the actual picture as well. So I kind of wanted to take some time here to talk about them. Let's start off with Sableye over here. So Sableye doesn't get anything done with it until later generation, which is kind of unfortunate. It is a Dark Ghost type, which is I think it's a nice combo, but the CP in Pokemon Go is gonna be pretty awful. Like 1305. It's not gonna be worth investing into in any way, shape, or form. which I wish there were to be the case, but unfortunately that isn't. So this is one of those Pokemons that will just be added for the, you know, will just be added for the Pokédex. So that's all there is to it with this Pokemon right here. Moving on to the next one, we got, let's start off with Shuppet. Oh, Shuppet. Shuppet is going to be an only ghost type, a solo ghost type. It's going to have a decent attack for sure in comparison to the rest of the attacks. It's of course very low on CP because it's a pre-evolution. And then after, it will actually evolve in Banat. I'm not sure how it will be pronounced. Regular Sableye was great in battles until fairy typing was introduced. I agree with that. Yeah. So Banat over here, I think Banat looks pretty badass. Like, I love the design of Banat. Like, evil grin looking. The mouth is actually a zipper. It's a complete, it's a Pokemon that's a Joker. But it's really cool. Over here, as you see, once again, still Ghost type. 2073, not that great in CP, but it has a pretty high attack stat. So you can actually go ahead and use this Pokemon to attack during raid battles and also during gym battles. So you can definitely use this Pokemon for sure. So yeah, it's a nice Pokemon for sure. And it's gonna be cool to see this Pokemon inside of the game. Taking AR pictures with this Pokemon actually, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun as well. Moving on to the next one. The next one is going to be Duskull. Over here. Duskull. This Pokemon is also so awesome. I just love the way this one looks as well. Only a ghost type as well. The CP is absolutely atrocious. 523. So I would suspect this Pokemon would be pretty easy to catch. Oh, we got a donation from Brandon Johnson. He says, who do you think knows all the Pokemon names the best between Trainer Tips, Mystic 7 and yourself? I think Nick does. Because after Gen 3, I barely know any of the Pokemon. I do know a lot of the Pokemon, but I just need to refresh myself. And for Nick, he did play VGC as well. So he's very into the later versions as well, as I am firstly not. So yeah, there you go. A lot of defense, but doesn't have a whole lot of stamina. It kind of gives me a Shuckle type of vibe, like, which is always kind of cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the evolved form of Duskull, which is going to be Dusclops. Now this Pokemon is awesome. I love this design. The design is epic. It's a great evolved form as well. So over here we got Duskull, which is kind of like a ghostly, like, wandering around, and over here we got an actual mummy in Dusclops, which it looks awesome. Unfortunately, CP is even worse, you know, and that sucks. But the defense once again is incredibly high. So, you know, this is one of those cases which is once again like these Pokemon are not being utilized in a nice way inside of Pokemon Go, and you know, that kind of sucks. However, this Pokemon is going to be getting a new evolution in a later generation, which I'm not sure which one it's going to be. Dusknoir. Let's go ahead and take a look at Dusknoir. Oh, this looks really cool. Look at this Pokemon right here. This is actually really cool. I like this a lot. Over here in the anime. Banat, Marionette. Oh, Banat, Marionette. Okay, I get it. So this Pokemon over here, it looks really cool. Let's see if we can we get it in Pokemon Go? Can we get some statistics for this Pokemon Go? Oh, maybe we can. Dusknoir. Over here, it's going to... Look at this, max CP. 2092. Man, that sucks. But then over here, this is weird. You see this? Defense? It's different. So I'm not sure what to believe, but at least we got some sort of estimation. This Pokemon is not going to be, you know, that great. Which is unfortunate, you know. I just hope, you know, Gen 4, okay. So it will be a generation after that this Pokemon will be released. Okay. So those are the 5 Pokemon that will be available inside of the game. So these are literally just, you know, of course the stats are subject to change. Let me just put it this way. Everything is, of course, subject to change. This is just rough estimates about like what might end up being the case for Pokemon Go, but it's always good and interesting to talk about stuff like that, so that's why I'm talking about it right now. Mystical coming in with the $2 super chat saying ready for Halloween. So with all of this information here right now, brand new Pokemon, increased spawn most likely for Gengar, just a really cool Halloween event. Are you guys ready for this? Like, are you guys excited? Does this excite you? Like, any new species for you to catch? Like, are you excited? I'm pretty sure this is not just it. Like, I don't think this is like all there is to it. There's obviously going to be a little bit more, but I think there's going to be you know, I think a lot of people are going to be excited for this. Oh, we got Nick in the building as well. Hey, what is up, man? What the heck did you say? Ganther hype. What the heck is that? Gen 3 hype. Gen 3 hype. Nah, I cannot even. It's been a while since I've written myself like that, man. You're really happy about Gen 3? Most likely for the candy and the event bonuses? Yeah. For sure. We can only hope that more stuff is going to be coming to Pokemon Go. One thing for sure, that's going to be pretty cool. With this event coming to Pokemon Go, you also will be having the alternation of your legendary beasts, which is going to be happening very soon as well. So for us in Europe, we're going to be getting Raikou, which is a Pokemon we've been very much anticipating and we're really looking forward to be getting. People in the United States, in Americas are going to be getting Suicune, which unfortunately is not a great Pokemon at all inside of the game. I really wish that Suicune's gonna be getting buffed inside of Pokemon Go. Like there needs to be something that's gonna be happening with that Pokemon because it's weaker than Vaporeon and it is a legendary, which, you know, kind of sucks. And of course, this has been mentioned many times, and I will mention it again right here this moment. Pokemon need abilities inside of the game. Now, what Nick did on his channel is he made a video in which he explained how abilities can be added to the game without changing too much of the way Pokemon Go is being played right now. So hopefully Niantic will, you know, try to do something with, because a lot of those suggestions were really epic. They're really nice. I really enjoyed watching that video, by the way, Nick. Yeah, Shijinja. Shijinja is awesome. You know, Shijinja is awesome. I would love using that Pokemon inside of the game. But yeah, look at these stats, man. It's kind of depressing. It honestly is kind of depressing. And that's going to be the case with a lot of these Pokemon. That's going to be the case with Generation 3. There's going to be a bunch of strong Pokemon. And let's just take some time here. Once again, we've done this many times already, but we're going to do it once again. We're going to take a look at some of the Gen 3 Pokemon that will be released inside of the game. So let's go to the Pokemon tab right here. Talk a little bit about Gen 3 and some of the Pokemon. One great thing about Generation 3 that I absolutely love is that the starters are the best starters that we're going to be getting. Starters right now inside of the game, the only starter that I find a viable Pokemon to use inside of the game is Venusaur. Like, that's literally the only Pokemon that I feel is worth powering up. You guys might agree to disagree, I don't know. But I only think that Venusaur is really worth it. In Gen 3, Sceptile, the starter Pokemon, Trico, that evolves into Sceptile, growth out Sceptile, is going to get a pretty nice stat as well. It's going to be a great Pokemon. Nice attacker. Really looking forward to this one. This is going to be a Pokemon you guys are looking forward to. Blaziken is pretty much an all-time fan favorite. You cannot go wrong with Blaziken. Blaziken is also going to get a Mega Evolution. All of these Pokemon are, by the way. It's going to be an amazing Pokemon. Look at that insane attack stat of 240, which is also very nice. And the CP is higher as well. So very nice fire Pokemon. And then in Swampert, you're going to be getting a beast. An absolute beast. Because it barely has any weaknesses. Having ground and water type. Electric basically not being an issue anymore against this water type. So it's literally just a double weakness against grass, which is great. Of course, you know, any Pokemon will have some sort of weakness. Grass is sort of in the meta. Not a whole lot right now. So if you have a Swampert early on inside of gyms, it's guaranteed to do well. That's respectable stamina for sure, alongside with defense. And overall very balanced, but pretty high in stats. 2850 CP. So expect to see this Pokemon, especially early on, if people have them inside of gyms. I can actually, you know, I can actually vouch. This is the best water starter to have ever been released in the whole Pokemon franchise. So I just love the fact that this Pokemon is going to be there soon. Like, this Pokemon is going to be awesome. So the starters are going to be great. One thing that I really hope is that Wurmple is going to have 12 candy for an evolve, you know, just like Weedle and Caterpie. Like, we need more of 12 candy evolve Pokemon because we didn't get any in Generation 2. Then also, let's see what else is pretty interesting. We got another water type in Ludicolo, but unfortunately it's only going to be 2200 CP, which is not that great. Ayanda, once again, with a $5 super chat donation saying, what other Pokemon in Gen 3 will be just as much of a headache as Blissey? Well, keep on watching, I'm gonna jump into that very shortly. And then Mystical with a $2 super chat as well. Hope to see you again in the States, bro. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be, matter of fact, let me just announce it right now. In 3 days from now, I'm taking the plane to go to the East Coast in the United States, where I'll be residing in Philadelphia, and I'm going to be going to New York City as well. I'm going to be attending Philly streets, so that's going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to see some of you guys out there. It's going to be really cool. I'm just excited for that event. So, you know, if you guys are coming along, come say hello, don't be shy. If you want to take a picture, you know, we can do that. We can just whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm looking forward to everything that's going to be going down in the next like 2-3 weeks. And then also, you know, one thing that will really suck for me, which I'm not happy with, is the fact that I'm really happy that I get to see Entei again. My buddy Entei. I mean, 100% IV Entei ran away from me during the time Entei was here in Europe. But as I'm going to the States, hey, I say bye-bye Suicune. I'm like, hello Entei, and then towards the ending of the trip is going to be like, hello Suicune, but I'll go back to Europe and be like, hello Raikou. So I'm really excited for everything that's going to be going down, and then the new Pokemon as well. And let me tell you guys, I'm going to vlog every single day. I'm really, like, this is going to be for me the moment where I'll upload daily again onto the channel, because like I have the capability of like, you know, shooting for the day, and then edit as I'm done for the day. And then the edits are like, what I'm gonna be shooting is a little bit less. Like, I'm gonna be shooting a little bit less than I usually would, but I'm still gonna try to make the videos as cool as possible. So, and also fixed my camera, like it's no longer a mess. So I'm excited for everything that's gonna be going down. Okay, let's move on here. We have a bunch of Pokemon to go through, because look at this list. Look at this list, it just keeps on going. There's so many Gen 3 Pokemon. I've already done this once before, but I'm doing it again as Gen 3 is just around the corner. So, Pokemon that I really like. Poochyena, Mariana. Those are going to be dark types. Poochyena is pretty much like, what can you compare it to? Rattata? Rattata? And over here, the Mariana. Man, these Pokemon, they look so cool, but the issue is they're like pretty weak, which is unfortunate. Houndoom, I meant in terms of rarity. I meant in terms of rarity, of course. Will Swampert be the new Vaporeon? I wouldn't say the new Vaporeon. I wouldn't say that. But it could be, because, I mean, in gyms, Swampert is going to be better than Vaporeon, you know? Because of that, you know, typing. So, Swampert and Vaporeon inside of the gym is going to be pretty annoying regardless. Okay, let's see what else is... Oh my god. Team Valor Go, you scared me, dude. You scared me. Oh. Give me a quick sec. Let me load up what you said. Jeez. Prepare for trouble. Man. You guys always get me with that one, honestly. Okay. Team Feather Go, he said, "Oh my says, hope to see you on the US tour. I'll be in Philly. I'll be at the Philly event for sure." That is awesome. I'm looking forward to meet you as well. In case you guys have been following my journey in the United States, the first time I went there, I will also be meeting some of the Nintendo crew down there. So Captain Nintendo Dude, I'm gonna be meeting him. I'm trying to hook up with Attica. I just talked to him on the DMs. And some of the other people, like Philly Beach, is also gonna be there. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Like, it's gonna be pretty lit. So I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if Triforce is gonna be there. We're gonna have to see how that's gonna be going down. But yeah, some of your favorite creator is gonna be happening. I'm gonna be there in New York City and potentially be there at the Super Mario Odyssey launch. So that might be a thing as well. So we're gonna have to see how that's gonna be going down. Anyway, more information on that coming soon. For now, let's go ahead and continue back. The next favorite thing I want to be talking about here is going to be my buddy Ralts evolving into Curlia, evolving into Gardevoir. So Ralts, you know, shy-ish Pokemon, very psychic, very powerful combo for sure. What's going to be effective against this Pokemon is going to be a bug type. So yeah, try to get yourself Heracross. Not really. Try to get yourself Steelix. No, what am I saying? Scizor. I was thinking Steel type. Scizor. I was thinking Scizor, but Steelix came out for whatever reason. Yeah, this Pokemon, of course, Phase 1 not gonna be powerful at all. Phase 2, aw, look at him, hers. It's gonna be so cute. 843, not that great. But then, this Pokemon right here, Gardevoir, 2964. This Pokemon is going to be insane. What? Abilities were added? Are you serious? Desi, are you sure? Because the Silph Road said something and it didn't show. No. Curveball lag is fixed. Check Twitter. Curveball lag is fixed or reduced. Interesting. Check Twitter. Abilities were added to Pokemon Go. I repeat, abilities were added to the game metadata. Ooh, I don't want to get too hyped up. Might an ability. Okay, so I'm going to take this as objectively as possible, right? So yeah, this looks good, but could that not be a naming for just an attack in Pokemon Go? You know, ability 1. Name, and then ability 2. Oh no, there's description there too. It says description. We're probably gonna have GoHub wake up very soon. Hold up. I'm gonna tweet at Pokemon GoHub. I'm gonna ask him. So I just gave the word out to GoHub, and GoHub is for sure going to be looking at it. Because if that is the case, then that is major. It actually says it over here. Ability. Level under control. We're just gonna keep it at that. We're just gonna keep it at that. Nick, what do you make of that? What do you feel? What do you think? Anyway, we're back over here. Gardevoir. Gardevoir is gonna be insane. Gardevoir is gonna be epic. I'm really looking forward to that. Like, Gardevoir is awesome. Hey, Sparky Joe, how are you doing today? Are you excited for everything that's gonna be going down? Any idea on legacy moves? So here's the thing. One thing you might want to keep in mind is these Pokemon that will be in the game. These 5 new Pokemon. They might change the moves eventually, so you might want to keep like any Pokemon with like any type of moves or anything like that. Trainer tips needs... Oh, really? Wait, let me check that real quick. Oh my days, guys, we need to get this up, right? We need to get this to 666. We need to get this up to 666. But I'm pretty sure like a good majority of you guys already subscribed to Nick's channel. Like, it's very close to 666. For the second time. For the second time. That's funny. Yeah, that's cool. 666. 666. That would be awesome. We're gonna keep an eye on that. It probably already was that in the past. Who's Trainer Tips? You know who's Trainer Tips. He needs no introduction. Where's my screen? Okay. Going back to Gen 3. So we just had Gardevoir, we just had Ralts, we just had Gardevoir. Let's go ahead and change the music to the opening theme song Pokemon Go. Boom. Pokemon. After that, like, look at the amount of Pokemon here. Where were we? Starters. Tailo, Swallow, Wingo, Pelipper, Gardevoir. We got Masquerain 2100, which is going to be pretty interesting as well. Breloom is going to be a pretty nice grass type over here. Pokemon Go. Grass fighting type. It's an interesting combo for sure. There's not many types like this, especially right now. Gonna have a really high attack stat, so you might want to be investing in this Pokemon. But once again, the CP is not going to be that high, but the attack is very, very respectable. So you can definitely use this one during gym battles, during raids. Like, it's going to be a great Pokemon for sure. It's always also great Pokemon in the actual game itself. Then, of course, the very controversial Slacking. Evolves from Slackoth into Vigoroth into Slacking. Now, this Pokemon has the ability in the actual game that it attacks every other turn. Always. But if it gets released like this, like, it's gonna be the best Pokemon just hands down. You know, we already know about this. But yeah, 54, 41. If it's already cut in half, that'd be great. That would be 2700, which is still really nice. But yeah, gotta keep that in mind, right? So that's Slacking. So that's definitely the Pokemon to keep an eye on. I'm pretty sure that the moment Gen 3 comes to surface inside the game, and by that I mean the full Gen 3 version, I'm pretty sure that people are going to be going onto Slacking like crazy. So yeah. Then moving on, we got Shedinja. Shedinja has a really cool ability called Wonder Guard. It can only be damaged by Pokemon that do super effective damage against this Pokemon. So Bug Ghost type. I'm not sure which the types are exactly, but there's a very few of them that do super effective damage to this Pokemon. So hopefully that's going to be a thing, because if that is the case, then this Pokemon is going to be very interesting to use for sure. Does that mean that during raids this Pokemon will never get any damage? Probably not, because it only has 1 health. So use your Magikarp with like Splash and it dies, you know. So that's that sort of stuff. So what's gonna happen? You're gonna have like a Magikarp versus Shedinja Corp. It's that. Like, what? Makes no sense whatsoever. Exploud 2200. Hariyama is gonna be a tank. Or is it? It kinda looks like a tank. Take a look. Look at this Pokemon. No! It's gonna be an insane tank as well. 288. Not so much defense, but it has a high attack. So this one is gonna be quite the beast. This is going to be quite the beast if you... you want to invest in this Pokemon if you are like kind of lower level and you know, don't want a Pokemon that dies out so quickly. It's going to be a great type. Fighting, you can never go wrong with fighting type. So this Pokemon is great. This Pokemon is going to be really great. I expect this Pokemon to be semi-rare, Makuhita. But once you got yourself a good Hariyama, it's going to be great. Like, great Pokemon. Always a good viable use option inside of the game altogether. Moving on, we got a pretty interesting Pokemon right here. Azumarill is going to be a baby Pokemon from Marill. Marill and Azumarill going to be the baby Pokemon. What else is there to say? It looks pretty sad. That is only one of the two baby Pokemon inside of Pokemon Go. The next one is... Where are you? Is there... I'm pretty sure there's two. Or is there only one? I might be wrong. I'm not sure. Why not? Ah, it's so late over here. Yeah, of course, why not? Thank you, Nick. Why not? Because, I mean, why not, right? But the pre-evolution of Wobbuffet. Yeah, it's just such a cute Pokemon. It's a fan favorite, for sure. These Pokemon are fan favorites. These Pokemon are cute. They have a lot of fans all over the globe. But it's such a nice Pokemon. Look at him being all happy and stuff. I mean, yeah, what can we say? It's one of those Pokemon that you're going to be happy getting inside of eggs for a while. And then you're going to be like, Then we really have to get it again. What is this inside of the screen? What is this? I didn't realize there was something inside of the screen, my bad. Reversal, please answer me. Okay, I did. Alright, moving on here. Another fan favorite right here. Nosepass. I mean Skitty, of course. Girls love Skitty. There's no denying that. Girls love Skitty. Oh, the Chain TV. Gen 3 introduced battle held items. Do you think it will happen in Pokemon Go? You know, I don't want to jump conclusions too much, but it will be a miracle if we already are going to be getting ourselves abilities. So I'm just going to say no. I'm just going to say no. I love Skitty as well, Nick. You're not the only one. I love Skitty as well. Skitty is awesome. We got Delcatty as well. I honestly feel this should be an evolution. It just looks too much the part. But yeah. We had held items in Gen 2. That's right. We had berries in Gen 2. It wasn't introduced in Gen 3. That's right. It was Gen 2. Okay, going on. Continuing on. Nosepass. Well, it's just one pile of snot, isn't it? Oh, then we got a Pokemon which I thought was always pretty interesting. It took me 10 years to find out that this over here was just like the tail of the hair. It took me 10 years to find out. I always thought that the jaw, that was the mouth. I always thought that was the mouth. And I never noticed the eyes over here. It took me over 10 years to find that out. 10 years, guys. And I was like, one time I was like, this Pokemon's so weird. And then I looked at it, I was like, that is the tail! And I didn't know. I was so confused, honestly. Am I the only one in that, though, that I thought that was the face? This? Was I the only one who thought that? Or is there anybody in chat who thought the same? You're not the only one. Okay. Thank God. I'm not the only one. But yeah, a really relatively recent, I'd say like 5 years ago, I found out that was the mouth. Reverso, may I ask a question? You just did. But you can. Yeah, sure. Of course you can. Questions are free. Alright, moving on to a really interesting Pokemon. A Pokemon that I'm really looking forward to. I'm still looking for the shiny. We're gonna find it eventually. But for... this is probably most likely going to be the Phase 1 Pokemon now, the Phase 3 that has the highest CP. One of the highest CP. Over here, 1200. I mean, that's pretty darn high, I gotta say. This is Aaron. Moving on to the evolved form, Laren. Look at this, 2000 CP. That's pretty insane for a second form. That's pretty good. Look at the defensive stat though. And then moving on to the beast, going from 1200 to 2000 to 3004. This is Aggron. Ayanda again. Hashtag at focus sash. Oh, focus sash to Pokemon Go. That'd be cool. My YouTube handle is pronounced like this. Ayanda, bro. Ayanda. Oh, bro. Ayanda. Okay, cool. I'll try to remind that. Wobbuffet will be the most OP Pokemon ever. Wobbuffet OP, guys. Wobbuffet OP. Laren OP. Look at this. This is gonna be an epic one. Steel Rock type. Steel's a great type inside of the Pokemon series altogether. In Pokemon Go, this is definitely going to be one of those must-haves for sure. This is going to be a great Pokemon for sure. It does have a lot of stamina, but it doesn't really need it. Like, it's a beast. It has great attack. I hope it's going to have some cool statistics, statistics moves. This will be like one of those Pokemon you're going to be seeing everywhere. But this defensive stat, dude, that defensive stat, it's like a powered up Shuckle, basically. Then we got Meditite and Medicham. This is pretty unfortunate. It only has 1200 CP, which is pretty sad. Electrike and Manectric. This is also probably the one Gen 3 fan favorite. Like, this Pokemon is cool. Always gave me this Falco vibe from Smash Bros. Or I mean Star Fox, of course. But yeah, cool Pokemon for sure. Electric type has a really high attack stat. It's going to be one of the better attackers for electric types inside of the game. Definitely does electric types justice, as far as I'm concerned. Who of you guys really like this Pokemon? Let me know in chat. I'm curious about that. Moving on to Plusle and Minun. Basically, like, Pseudo Pikachus. I mean, you know, every single generation has to be like, has to have like some sort of like Pikachu. You know, something like that. Yeah. It's interesting that Plusle has more attack than the Minun, but that's because of the attack and the defense. So this is like the perfect... oh. Actually, this is better. This is much better. Yeah. Or is this worse for you guys? Do you Volbeat impression? I don't know. Okay, so this is like the perfect Pokemon to kind of see how CP gets... how stats affect CP, right? Because Plusle has more attack, but has like 100 CP more. So it's literally like the difference is like 20 attack and 20 defense. It adds a lot. Attack does so much for CP. It really does so much for CP. You never noticed their tails? It's that decent stronger than Pikachu? A little bit. A little bit, yeah. Okay, we're gonna be moving on here. Volbeat, Illumise. Don't got much to say. I mean, 1620. It's mostly going to be Pokédex entries, right? Roselia is gonna get a nice evolution in the future. It's gonna be cool. But unfortunately, that's not the case for this generation. Gulping and Swalot. I'm almost tempted to say this will be the mug of Gen 3, but... I mean... It is kind of bulky, but it's not gonna be the mug of Gen 3, unfortunately. The CP is just not really there. It's not all about CP though. Like, it has a respectable stamina for sure. It can be quite as annoying as Muk is inside of gyms. But man, if Muk is doing gunk shot and raid bosses, like, that's insane, right? Do you watch? No, I don't. Sharpedo. Oh, Sharpedo is an awesome Pokemon. I love Carvanha, and Sharpedo. The designs of these Pokemon are so awesome. Like this Pokemon, such nice colors to it as well. So evil looking, but I never, you know, I get the evolution to it now. Like I get that, you know, Carvanha and Sharpedo. I get the evolution right now, but still it feels out of place. Not as terrible as, you know, Remoraid and then Octillery. That is still like the worst possible one, but still, it's kind of like a weird one, but... Hugo Valentin Gaming. Hello Hugo, welcome to the sponsor team. Glad to have you aboard. Appreciate it. Appreciate the sponsor. If you want to become a sponsor, check out the link in the description down below. Okay, gonna be moving on here. Next up, we got Whale Lord. Did you know, fun fact, that you can, this Pokemon is, this Pokemon is 400 kilograms. It's 14.5 meters in size, which is gigantic. It can breed with a skitty. Little skitty. Jonathan Ponte. You should make a trip in winter to Minnesota. Make our struggle in the cold public. I don't see why I would do that, my friend. We'll see. We'll see what we're gonna do this winter. Winter is coming. We'll see how this winter is gonna go. But I'd rather not be at the cold spot, honestly. I've done it last year. I want to see how much space it takes at the gym. I also want to see what it looks like having it as your buddy. It's gonna be pretty cool. Putting some of these Pokemon as your buddy. I'm gonna dedicate a video to that as well. Taxaf. Hey, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. $2. Shout out to you, my man. Then we got Camerupt and Torkoal. Pretty much almost the same in stats, really. But they're cool designs overall as well. I heard that Nick really liked Numel. It looks pretty cute, don't you think? Like, it looks so cute. Evolves into Camerupt over here. Has a pretty nice attack. I mean, not bad at all. CP is not that great. Fire ground type, not that bad. And over here we got Torkoal. Torkoal's gotta be one of the fan favorites as well. This Pokemon is so awesome looking. Always, whenever I got this Pokemon in cards, I always was like, this Pokemon is so epic. Fire type, dedicated fire type. Has quite a bit of defense as well. If anything, if Shuckle were to have... I wish Shuckle was the pre-evolution of Torkoal, right? I mean, that'd be kind of perfect. That'd be kind of cool. It would make sort of sense, but no. He makes turtles look cool. Yeah, for sure. Spoink, Grumpig, Spinda is kind of a unique Pokemon. You might want to Google why that Pokemon is super unique. It has something to do with the patterns. You might want to take a look at that. Trapinch, Vibrava, Flygon. Alright, so Trapinch. One of these Pokemon that I always like skipped on. I was like, this Pokemon, why is this Pokemon a thing? It's a cool looking Pokemon, don't get me wrong. Little did I know how important that Pokemon was. Vibrava, over here. And then, yeah, it's a weird evolution line for sure. Vibrava, Dragon Ground type. So we're gonna go Trapinch Ground type. Evolve into Dragon Ground type. And then, last but not least, our boy, Flygon. If you need a Dragon type, you know, Flygon is where it's at for sure. A great Pokemon, 2400. In the game, in the actual Pokemon game, this Pokemon was fantastic. It's just like, I've always passed up on it because I never knew how to get it. That was the issue. I never knew how to get Flygon until like years after. I was like, oh, I can never get this Pokemon, you know? And as I was playing the actual Pokemon games, I never used to look up any guides or anything like that. So I never, you know, I never found out. But this Pokemon is a great Pokemon. All around very balanced stats. Higher attack stack is pretty cool. CP level is definitely respectable. I'm just a little bit concerned about what moves it's going to be getting. You know, that is my biggest concern with this Pokemon. At least for Pokemon Go. In the actual Pokemon games, it's fantastic, this Pokemon. Just in Pokemon Go, it worries me a little bit to see what kind of typings on moves that this Pokemon is going to be getting. But for sure, this Pokemon will be appreciated by many inside of the game. Cacturn coming in at 2000 CP. So you have quite a few grass types, which are definitely decent, like good Pokemon to have inside of the game for sure. It's just like the CP on most of them are not really that high, which makes it a little bit unfortunate. Then we're gonna go to one of my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon, which I really am a little bit sour about, that this Pokemon, once again another Dragon Flying type, is so bad in this game in terms of CP, right? Take a look at this. The defense stat is very nice, but it's just like, this Pokemon is a very speedy Pokemon. This Pokemon has a lot of speed, and it's just not like, once again, not really being utilized inside of Pokemon Go. So I hope that abilities are really going to be a thing. Seviper, the evolved form of Ekans, of course. Not really. Poison type, Poisonous Snake. Has a nice attack stat, but overall, this is going to be a Pokemon you just want for the Pokédex, of course. Lunatone and Solrock. I'm going to say this once again. I've said this a couple of times, right? I've said this a couple of times. I wish for these two Pokemon. They're kind of weird Pokemon. Here's where I wish. I wish that in the actual Pokemon game, those Pokemon would have more meaning. As in, the way to obtain them, you know, you go to Meteor Falls and you find these Pokemon. But what would be cooler? What I think would be cooler is like if you have a Sunstone or a Moonstone and you place it at a specific time on a specific location, that this Pokemon would be summoned. Like, I think that would be much, much cooler than just, hey, I'm a moon, just appearing out of nowhere, you know? So that's always been my thought with these two Pokemon. They're definitely good. They're good in CP. They're good all around stats. They're just a little bit strange Pokemon. Barboach Wishcash, Crawdaunt. It's kind of interesting as well. This Pokemon is going to be a Dark Water type. Don't see a lot of Dark Water types in an actual Pokemon. But over here, has a nice attack stat. You can also really use this nicely inside of raid battles, but then you probably already got your Vaporeon, so I'm not sure if this is like if you don't have like an army of Vaporeons or anything like that, then this Pokemon will be a great Pokemon to invest into. But other than that, you probably will be passing up on this Pokemon because it's not that impressive in comparison to a bunch of other Pokemon. Baltoy, Claydol. We're gonna jump into some more Gen 3 other stuff that I found, but some of these Pokemon could potentially be in the game as well during the Halloween event because there's more like dark-ish types. But Claydol falls under the category giving that Halloween type of vibe as well. So maybe we're going to be seeing this Pokemon as well. But once again, this Pokemon not that great. But it's a nice defender. It's a nice defender in terms of defense. But yeah, what does defense do in Pokemon Go, right? Like, not a whole lot. Stamina is pretty much where it's at. Like, if we're being completely honest here. Then, this Pokemon is so cool. Armaldo. Bug Rock type. The moment I saw this Pokemon, I never knew that these were eyes, first off. I thought the red things were eyes. That's what I always thought. And then the moment I found out that these were the eyes, I thought the Pokemon automatically looked less cool. So it's one of these Pokemon like... you cannot unsee the Pokemon. Pretty much. That's all I have to say about it. It has really good stats though. It has really good stats. You judge them only based on stats. There's more than stats. True, there's more than just stats, but I'm just like going through them kind of quickly. If you didn't point it out, I would have had noticed. I know, right? Well, this Pokemon is a really cool looking Pokemon as well. This is basically the Kabuto. And as well, I thought that these were the eyes over here. The red things. Those were the eyes. No, the eyes are here at the side. It looks really weird now. Some of you guys are going to be like, what? These are really weird. The eyes are such a weird position. And I agree. The eyes are in a weird position. It would be much cooler if the red things were the eyes. You know? So yeah. Pretty much, so yeah. it didn't move, or the sub counter is broken. I'm assuming the sub counter is broken, it doesn't matter. Then we're gonna come to one of the most interesting Pokemon, without a doubt, in Gen 3, Feebas. So there's a couple of ways that I feel Feebas can go. This could be very well be the next Magikarp, where you need 400 candy to evolve this Feebas into the next form, which we'll get into very soon. Feebas is incredibly rare inside of the Pokemon games, only having 6 spots fishing in the river to actually obtain this Pokemon. And then it had a really low encounter rate as well. So that was Nightmare number 1. And Nightmare number 2 was evolving this Pokemon into the next form. Enter Milotic. Milotic is definitely like one of the fan favorite Pokemons for sure. It's a beautiful Pokemon first and foremost. As a shiny Pokemon, this Pokemon is awesome. For the fact already that you got it in a shiny way as well. But then the CP in Pokemon Go is going to be great. If there's going to be one Pokemon that would potentially replace Vaporeon, it would be this one, for sure. Milotic. And only water type. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to this Pokemon, for sure. Gonna be moving on. Cast form. There was the forms were added inside of Pokemon Go. The new forms. Cast form. And overall, this Pokemon does have its purpose in the actual Pokemon games. In Pokemon Go, for now, it probably doesn't, until abilities are becoming a thing. And then, of course, Shup and Banette, we already talked about that. Dusclops, we talked about that as well. Trophreus, which I feel might be the region exclusive in Pokemon Go. Look at this. Would be cool if this were to be like an African region exclusive, right? But then again, I don't know if I would want more region exclusives. For me, it's a reason to travel more, but for you, as most of you probably, you know, cannot travel for a region exclusive, it would be nice if there were no more region exclusives. So yeah. Then the next Pokemon I want to talk about here is going to be Absol. Absol is awesome. I love this Pokemon. This is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I would go as far as to say that this is my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon, just based off looks. I've always thought that this Pokemon was so epic, so awesome. I don't really like the shiny Pokemon version of this one too much in comparison. DX1. Do you feel as if the majority of Gen 3 Pokemon are underwhelming in terms of battling and CP level? The issue is pretty much 95% of the Pokemon inside of Pokemon Go are underwhelming in terms of battling and CP level, if we purely compare it to the actual Pokemon games. And that sucks. Like, that really just sucks. That is an issue that needs to be addressed, and I just hope they do address that. So hopefully we got a glimmer of hope that abilities will be a thing inside of Pokemon Go, but we have yet to see how that's going to be turning out to be. Absol is great. Look at this. Look at this attack stat. It's going to be such an awesome Pokemon to have. Despite the fact that there's only 2280 CP, the attack stat is going to definitely be awesome. But we need some good moves for this Pokemon as well. So that's going to be the deciding factor whether or not this Pokemon will be worth it to invest into. But Absol, like so many people, are going to look forward to Absol, including myself. Glalie, Solio, Musical Girl. Thank you for the donation. $3 donation. And she's saying, hey Reverse, you're an amazing YouTuber. I always look forward to your new videos. Keep being you and stay awesome. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. That is awesome. Much love to you. Over here we got a pretty interesting Pokemon as well. Nice, very nice balanced stats. It's gonna be great for your Ice type medal badge if you need an Ice type. Over here, got one in Walrein. Pretty respectable stats all around. A very nice stamina stats. So you can also expect to see this Pokemon inside of gyms. I'm gonna be curious to see. This Pokemon is actually not that high. So I'm curious how that's gonna look next to the trainer. That's something I'm really curious about with this Pokemon. I always thought that this Pokemon, the sprite of this Pokemon, always made it sort of look that this Pokemon was gigantic. But then looking at the height over here, I just realized like, hey, this is a pretty tiny Pokemon, you know? So we're gonna see how that's gonna be looking inside of the game. I always thought that it was gonna be like Lugia big or something like that. Or not Lugia big, but at least like pretty respectable size, but it turns out to be a tiny little, you know, cute little Pokemon. I don't know. What else is there interesting? Of course, we got Salamence, Bagon, Shelgon, Salamence. Salamence is gonna be an absolute beast. I don't need to say much here. You guys can already see it for yourself. 3532 CP. Look at that insane attack stat. It's gonna be a Dragon Flying type. The design is cool. This is obviously one of those Pokemon everybody wants. Don't got much to say. Salamence is king. Next up, which I think is the coolest Pokemon to get, Metagross. Metagross is, man, Metagross is insane. The typing on this beast is crazy. The defense is also crazy. This almost thing shouldn't even belong inside of gyms. With the current meta and the current way Pokemon are right now, this shouldn't even be inside of gyms. This is gonna be so annoying to take down. And then the crazy attack stat as well. I mean, you guys know that this Metagross is gonna change the way the game is right now, for sure. In terms of stats and everything like that, you know. Crazy. This Pokemon is gonna be absolutely crazy. And of course we got some legendaries. The one that I'm looking forward to the most is gonna be Latios, because Latios is just gonna be awesome. I love this legendary a lot, and the stats are crazy too. So, you know, Dragon Psychic type is also interesting combo as well. But yeah, I really always thought that Latios and Latias, they were both always pretty awesome Pokemon. And then you guys, obviously, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza being the most overpowered Pokemon in the game ever, I feel, almost, yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, it could Mega Evolve without using an item. That is insane. So this Pokemon in VGC was banned, in fact. You weren't allowed to use it. And then we got Jirachi and Deoxys. Deoxys being Pokemon number 386. It's absolutely insane. So, with that in mind, I kind of wanted to go over some potential other Gen 3 Pokemon. How good are the Gen 3 Ghost Pokemon? Too long didn't read. Hot garbage. So those are... Wait, that's not actually the article that I found earlier. There was an article with all the stats of... Ah, here we go. Max CP of Gen 3 Dark types. Just in case Dark types are released with Ghost types for the Halloween event, hopefully the entire gen drops. None of these exceed Tyranitar in stats or CP. Closest being Absol with 246 attack stat. Let's just hope for insane moves. So over here, Cacturne. Oh yeah, Cacturne is a grass Dark type as well. We got Cacturne, Nuzleaf, Shiftry, Crawdont, which... Absol is gonna be really cool. So you can already see the CP of these Pokemon. They're gonna be kind of like mediocre. Not great at all. So that's why, you know, if this is the preview of Gen 3, Ghost types are a nice introduction. But let's really hope that after that, the full version of Gen 3 is gonna be dropping. Because, you know, you can only keep people so happy, like interested in these Pokemon. It's fair to say almost that most of these Pokemon wouldn't really be interesting for a lot of people. Only they would be interesting for their, like, the way they look. Like Absol is gonna be useful in both ways. Like it's aesthetically an awesome Pokemon. Alongside with that, it also has some use. But Pokemon like Poochyena, Mariana, they might look cool, but they're absolutely garbage inside the Pokemon Go. So that's the one thing. Like, people are gonna be like, oh, these Pokemon are awesome. But then later down the road, if Gen 3 drops, like, almost nobody's gonna even look at these Pokemon anymore. They're just gonna be like, hey, wanna use these Pokemon for Evolve and so on and so forth. So yeah. Lisa, hey, Rev. Love your live streams and awesome videos. Shows the support for all you do. Thanks for the in-depth look into Gen 3. Can't believe it's almost here. Cheers from France. Thank you so much. So yeah. There's a bunch of Pokemon inside of Pokemon Go that's going to be awesome. But if abilities become a thing in the game, I mean, that's going to change everything. Honestly, abilities are going to change everything. the way Pokemons are being perceived, the way that certain Pokemons finally get some use. It's gonna be awesome. So if abilities are going to be a thing inside of Pokemon Go, and they do it properly, then forget everything that you know right now about the Pokemon that are inside of Pokemon Go. And that's the most important thing, right? Of course, certain Pokemon like Dragonite, Tyranitar will still be on top of the meta, but there's going to be other Pokemon there that are going to be king of the hill. Like, honestly, there's going to be other Pokemon out there which are going to be absolutely fantastic, and I plan to cover every single aspect. I'm pretty sure Nick, I'm not sure if he's still there, but he's going to be doing the exact same thing. It's going to breathe so much life inside of Pokemon Go. Just having abilities inside of the game is going to make things a lot different. It's going to make things very interesting for you. So my advice to you right now, at this very moment, save your Stardust as much as you can. Save your Stardust. Maybe save your candy as well for a double experience event that might be just around the corner. Because, you know, you never know what's going to be happening right now. If abilities are going to be a thing, maybe some of the Pokemon that you plan on investing Stardust into might not be that great anymore. So be pretty careful with what you're doing right now when it comes down to that. You know, it's gonna be so cool. We're looking in, you know. If I compare the way Pokemon Go is this winter in comparison to last year, man, this is gonna be epic. Like, this winter in comparison is so much better than last winter. So there's that, right? Everything's on hold for Gen 3. Exactly. No, this Pokemon Go Hub.fr. I always think that it's the regular Pokemon Go Hub, but it's not. Winter is coming, yeah. Yes, for sure. That's pretty much all there was to it, to the Gen 3 hype. I've been trying to get my game up and running. For some reason, it's not working. I don't know what's wrong with it. Let me try this one more time. If it doesn't work, then I'm just gonna wrap the stream off here. But in short, I think, yeah, there are going to be, you know, there's going to be the 5 Gen 3 Pokemon that will be released. I think this is pretty much a guarantee at this point. Dusclops, Shuppet, Banette, Duskull, and Sableye, I think those are going to be guaranteed to be released. And then, of course, there's a bunch of other Pokemon that could potentially be released, which is pretty much this list if we go down by dark types as well. And Pokemon like Claydol could be a Pokemon as well that kind of has this Halloween vibe as well. Then obviously the Murkrow event is going to be, and I'm kidding. There's going to be increased spawn of Gengar. Hopefully Gengar will be a shiny as well inside of the game. It's going to be pretty interesting how this is going to be going down. What's my favorite Gen 3 Ghost type? Honestly, don't have one. Honestly, don't really have one. But yeah, I'm gonna go wrap things off here. I hope that you guys did enjoy today's stream. I hope that you guys learned a thing or two. I hope you guys have a great Halloween. I'm gonna be going ahead and release some videos to the channel regarding Safari Zone. And if something hits the surface, if some information drops for Pokemon Go, make sure to be subscribed, because I'm going to be dropping information as it comes along. With that in mind, I will say thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day. And I'll see you guys back again soon with more Pokemon Go. Bye-bye. Oh, sure, I'll accept your challenge. Have a lot of money.